Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's training for Get Cut. Today, I'm going to be speaking to you about social media do's and don'ts. And I wanted to go a little bit into branding, but that's tomorrow. And that's a whole other reason for you guys to tune in tomorrow and check out what I have to say about that. Now, in order to tell you guys what you should be doing and shouldn't be doing on social media, let's start off with what you should be doing. What you should be doing is telling your story. And to illustrate, I'm going to go ahead and share my own page. So you're telling your story. The first thing is that you know that saying, you only get one chance to make a first impression. So what does your profile have to say about you, that one shot you get to give your vibe to the world? You see, you should have a professional cover photo. And by professional, I don't mean professionally done. My husband did this for me. He did it on Photoshop. You can use PicMonkey to make your own. You can use Canva to make your own. But by professional, I mean that you're a business. This is your storefront. People are going to come to you to see what you're about. I've gone to some coaches' pages whose heads are even cut off from their cover photo. That's not cool. So you want something that represents you and your vibe and what you're about. So this has my name. This has the name of my team, that I'm an elite coach. And to me, my thing is I'm a confidence booster and fitness enabler. And I'm a wife and my mommy. And over here, you also have a chance to edit this section of your bio. And you want to do that too, because there's going to be so many people that go check out what you're about. They won't like anything. They won't friend request you maybe. That's another thing. Is your page public? All of your social media should be public. If there's something you don't want people to see, then don't put it on your social media. There are some settings like on Facebook where you could exclude certain people from seeing things, but for the most part, you're in business and your brand is you. So this storefront needs to be open and people should know what you're about. So you should be able to have this page, this section right here, so you can write something about yourself and people are able to know right away. Because like I was saying, they might not click, they might not message you, but they're watching. Facebook also lets you have about 5 featured pictures here. So I have this picture from when I was on the Spanish National Wake Up Call. I have a picture of my family and I have a picture of my guitar from Summit, picture of me working out, picture of me speaking. Those are the things I want to represent me. So you want to give people like a pretty complete view of who you are. And what you should be using your social media for is for storytelling. So if I scroll down, Sunday night, last night, I posted my story again. Every Sunday night, I post my story. Every Tuesday, I post my story for Transformation Tuesday. Every Thursday, I post my story again for Throwback Thursday. Because you want to keep telling people who you were and who you are now and keep inviting them to the opportunity. And it's really easy to get wrapped up in thinking like, but people don't want to hear this again. Let me tell you something. The way Facebook works is that it's not going to show your stuff to everybody. Not everybody sees it. I have 2,094 friends. Not everyone saw this post. I can guarantee you that. That's why we have to keep posting. And something that I like to do with my social media is if I'm eating every 2.5 to 3 hours, I need to be posting every 2.5 to 3 hours because I need to be in people's faces. I want people to think about me when it comes to all these things that I mentioned above, when it comes to being a mom, when it comes to being a wife, when it comes to being a confidence booster and fitness enabler. I want people to think of me. So I want to be in people's faces. So you always want to be posting your story. And let me tell you guys, the more open and vulnerable you are, the more people are going to trust you. Because that's why we tell our stories. We want people to feel like they know us. And I've gotten so many people tell me that, like, Audrey, I feel like I know you, your husband, and your boys. And that's how I know that I'm really getting to people. Because it's hard to win people's trust. When there's so many coaches out there, and there's people selling wraps, selling pills, you want to be able to stand out and show people like, hey, I've been there. I'm vulnerable. I'm transparent. I've got nothing to hide. And, there's a little bit of a difference between venting, because I've seen people that go out there and vent and air all their dirty laundry on Facebook. That's not what I'm asking you to do. What I'm asking you to do is in your post when you're storytelling, present a problem of how you used to be and then the solution you found with Beachbody and the hope that it's given you now, and invite other people into that opportunity. So that's what this post represents to me. And everything I post throughout the day has to do with those topics that I touch on. It has to do with faith. So here's my workout picture this morning. Every single day, you got to get your workout picture in. Every single day, you have to show your consistency. Shared something about my son. I have these, I call them the daily light. It's my way of adding value to people, because people aren't going to be attracted to you just because you're a fitness coach. People are going to be attracted to you and your whole personality. And a big part of me is my faith, my belief in God, and I want to pay that forward to other people. So I add value in this way. And, I'll touch more upon this tomorrow in branding. But you want to make sure that people get your whole vibe when they look at your social media. They know what you're about. They know right away if they're going to be able to relate to you. So that's important. And share things that are funny, share things that you think are inspirational. So the general rule of thumb is that you should be posting at least 4 times a day, your fitness, something motivational, and 2 lifestyle things during the day to give people that vibe and that relatability to you. So these are things you should be doing. Your cover photo, you should redo it. Again, PicMonkey, Canva, Photoshop, however you want, into the Facebook dimensions. You can just Google it to see what size it should be. Your profile picture should be a clear picture of you. If you want to put your husband or your kid in the picture with you, that's cool too. But that's something more for your cover photo or for these featured photos. The profile picture should be a headshot of you, And this gets me into the next thing. What kind of pictures are you taking? I see so many coaches take pictures in dark settings. You don't want to do that. You want a bright light. Whenever I take a picture, I make sure that the sun is in front of me or the light source is in front of me, because you want to shine. You want to be clear, because if I then, do it with the light source behind me, then it's going to come out dark and no one's going to be interested in that. You want photos that pop, photos that are clear. And when you post something, also make sure that you spruce up your pictures. So let me go back to my fitness picture from this morning. This one was pretty clear and speaks a lot on its own. So I didn't have to add stuff. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes a lot of coaches want to add words and add stuff on it. Sometimes a simple picture speaks for itself. But there's times that you also want to spruce up your picture with text. I use apps like Rona Designs, Word Swag, Photify is a great one, Studio is another great one, in order to spruce up your pictures and make them more fun, make them more eye-popping. Now let's talk about some of the things you should not be doing. We already said no cover photo where people's heads are cut off, no cover photos in which people can't tell what you are, if you're coming or going, if you're a coach, if you're not a coach. And, clear profile pictures, so you don't want like a group picture. You want people to see you and know that's you. Other things you shouldn't be doing is, guys, sometimes I check my coaches' walls and they're just sharing all these things from other people. Like if they see a funny video, they're sharing that. And one funny video a day, that's cool. That's fun. That's going to create engagement on your page. But I've seen people whose entire wall is videos that they're sharing. That has nothing to do with you. Yeah, it's fun for a minute, but that doesn't say who you are, what you believe in, or how you can help anybody. That's not what your page should be about. This is a professional page. And let's talk about sharing quotes. So I posted this today and it's gotten a couple of shares because, this is we're Beachbody coaches. We want people to support us. So it's a great message. But whenever I find something that I like, whether from another coach, whether from Pinterest or Google Images, I make it my own. So again, you have to tune in for tomorrow's talk on branding, but all my quotes are on a white background with my logo in the bottom. And don't stress about needing to have your own logo. You can find a font that you love and always use that font. And it's now 3.5 years into coaching that I finally have a logo. So don't stress that out. Don't stress over that. But you want to make it your own. Again, this is branding. I'm giving you a sneak peek into tomorrow. You want people to know it's you. So don't share other coaches' posts. Because a lot of times what's happened is that coaches will come to the person who other people, customers will go to the coach that originally posted that and ask them for support, because it's happened to me and my team. And after asking some questions and forming, I have to turn them back to the person that brought them, the person that referred them. So you want to make sure that whenever you share something, whenever you make it your own, put your own voice on it. I read a quote once that I absolutely loved, that it's okay to copy from other people. The book was called Steal Like an Artist. And he says it's okay to copy from other people because you'll never do it the exact same way. And it's in the imitation and you trying to match something that you like, that you will find your own voice, that you will find your own style. So by all means, if you guys saw this on my page and you loved it, make it your own. Don't even ask me. Take it, make it your own, put your own spin on it so that you can start building your own brand and people come to recognize your look, your style, and what you're about. Because at the end of the day, this business is about storytelling, adding value, and being yourself. And the only way you can do that is if you lay it all out there and show people who you actually are by using your own words and your own aesthetic to do that. I hope that makes sense, guys. Feel free to ask questions below. I'm here for you guys. And that's about it. I hope this helped. Please do me a favor. In the comments below, show me your cover photo, show me your profile picture, and tell me how many times a day you're posting and if this made sense to you. Thanks, guys. Take care and rock today.